right, man. I thought this was an interesting video right here with Richard Jefferson. I almost forgot to do it. Um, but let them talk. Let's go.
That a quarterback is the most important position in sports. I think that that is false. The best player on a basketball team is the most important because he plays offense and he plays defense. You can have the best player, the most important position in all sports, only plays half of the time. I'm sorry, that's a narrative that needs to end. And we'll end it with this. The best player in all of American sports is Shohei Ohtani because he is dominant on offense and he is dominant on defense. You know who else that sounds like? It sounds like a Giannis. You know what else that sounds like? That sounds like a Braun. That sounds like somebody else that can win defense, that can play offense. Stop selling me that the most important player in American sports is the American quarterback. That's not true.
Well,
it is not true. Yeah. Show me a statistic. Yeah, you can't win a Super Bowl without a great quarterback. That's fine. Try and win a basketball game without a great player. The quarterback, sadly, in my opinion, has lowered his importance. Now, we can keep pushing the narrative. We can keep pushing. It's the most important position in American sports. How? He plays half the game. Half the game. So if you're telling me that that player is more important than a Giannis, that's defensive player of the year and offensive, how? Show me the metric. Well, you can't win a Super Bowl with it. So I'm just saying, we've seen number one defenses. We've seen number one defenses, top five defense. Tom Brady always had a top five defense, didn't he? So we always see top five defenses out there because that's half the game. So how can one player win half the game when he's not even on? You know who has to do that? LeBron has to do that. You know who has to do that? Giannis has to do that. You know who has to do that? Jokic has to do that. You know who has to do that? Wemby has to do it. They play the whole game. Shohei Ohtani is the best pitcher, our top three pitcher, and he's one of the greatest hitters we've ever seen. So he plays offense and he plays defense. He is controlling both ends of the game when he does play. But even then, he doesn't pitch every night. Giannis got to play defense every night. Every single night, Giannis has to be the best defender on the floor. Stop with the narrative.
Well, I love this side of you.
All right, man. He spoke what he spoke. But let me just start off here real quick. He said what he said, and basketball people always feel like, and I'm a basketball person at heart, they feel like they got a chip on their shoulder because it's a third-rate sport to football. I mean, it's a second-rate sport to football. At one point, it dominated football. 1 second. All right, my bad. So one of the first things I'm going to speak on is this when talking about what Richard Jefferson said. They don't play defense in the NBA, but they have a chip on their shoulder because in the NBA, the NFL is bullying them in viewership. They're bullying them off for Christmas, so they feel like they have to start these debates. Remember last year it was, could an NFL player play in the NBA? Do you remember, or could more likely an NFL player play in the NBA, or is it more likely for an NBA player to go into the NFL, right? And obviously, the NFL having 55 spots. I mean, NBA player can kick. Some of them even play soccer. So, of course, an NBA player can transfer over quicker, in my opinion, right? But nonetheless, it's this, right? We know the NFL players are better athletes. They're faster, they're stronger, right? But to go to his point of talking about playing offense and defense, the thing about it is, and I'm about to ether him just with this real quick, right? The quarterback he has control over all 22 people on the field. He has control over all 22 people on the field while about to get his head took off. So let me explain that to Richard Jefferson real quick. When I say he has control over all 22 people on the field, including himself, he has to know what the safety is doing. He has to know what the corners are doing. He has to know what the linebackers, all three linebackers are reviewing the sub package. He has to know what they are doing. He literally has to know what everybody is doing on the field. So in reality, not only is he playing offense, he's also playing defense because he manipulates the defense. He manipulates the defense. He has to know what everybody on offense is doing, everybody on defense is doing. He got to know if the D line is dropping, if they send in an extra person. See, that's the thing about it. You don't have to play defense to be the defend. And on top of that, he has to worry about getting his fucking muffin cap blew off. Okay? He has to worry about getting his wings clipped. All at the same time. So when you talk about, the NBA player, and at the end of the day, so be it, because the NBA, it doesn't have the talent level. It lacks the depth. So what he is saying is superficial, is half truth. They don't have as many talented players in the NBA, even by percentage, as they do in the NFL. There's a gap between the top 10 players and the next probably top 10 players, right? So talking about, he played defense. In the NBA, they don't play defense. First and foremost, in the NBA, they don't play defense. Let me say that again. In the NBA, they don't play defense. We all know that. So they said, well, Giannis is Defensive Player of the Year. This is the same guy y'all say Defensive Player of the Year who didn't want to take the challenge to guard the other team's best player. Let's just say that Defensive Player of the Year, that war, it needs to be expunged out. It needs to be deleted out the NBA. How about that? Just as the dunk contest don't even need to be in the NBA no more. Don't sell me no shit that the NBA players play defense. Only a handful, and it's damn near illegal to play defense in the NBA because you can't touch nobody. Because you can't touch anybody in the NBA. So it's illegal to play defense. So don't give it to me. Oh, Giannis was a defensive player. He wasn't a great defender. Who was not Giannis? Stop. Hey, Rudy Gobert got 3 or 4 defensive players a year awards. Who the fuck is he stopped? Who is he stopped? They don't even play defense in the NBA. What are we legit talking about? They don't even play defense in the NBA. Y'all Defensive Player of the Years are a fucking joke. It's a real life joke. So let's not even just start there and talking about, who's more. Y'all don't play defense in the NBA. Y'all don't have a talent level in the NBA to be able to miss this. It's top superstar heavy. And on top of that, y'all cheat for the superstars. On top of that, the quarterback got to worry about getting his head chopped off. In the NBA, you don't have to worry about getting your head chopped. If you get touched, if they push you too hard, he gets ejected from the football game. Now, his thing about Oshani Otaki and what, nobody gives a fuck about baseball in America. Anybody outside of Gen X and baby boomers, don't nobody care nothing about no baseball. And I'm just keeping it a bean. We don't care about baseball. He pitches and he hits, and the quarterback affects all aspects of the game. The quarterback affects all aspects of the game. He affects the defense. He affects the offense. You take him out, you really don't have much of a chance to win. You got the same chance if you take the best player off, you take Shea Gillensley off the Thunder and say win a championship. You got the same chances if you take a quarterback off the average team. It's a fact. But with Oshani Otani, yeah, he's a phenomenal player in a sport that don't nobody give a damn about in America. It's damn near neck and neck and elbow with soccer. So that's just my argument on it. Basketball has got to find ways to try to compete and defeat football. Y'all had y'all time. Y'all was dominating, the 90s and shit of that nature. Y'all had y'all time. And this whole thing about, they played, Giannis played, them niggas don't play. They don't even guard the best player, bro. And that's one of the rule changes I like to see in basketball. We got to guard your fucking a matchup. How about that? You have to guard, if you a point guard the point guard on the other team. Y'all don't even guard the best players. Your Defensive Player of the Year, Giannis, who has he stopped? Who were they begging him to stop it and he wouldn't guard him? I can't remember who it was. They was in the playoff game, and they was like, why don't Giannis guard the best player? I forget who it was. If he's such a great defensive player of the year, why don't he stop nobody? Come on, man. Get out of here, dude. They don't play no defense in the NBA, man. Cut it out, man. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Check out the NBA Talk playlist. Hit the link tree. Join the Patreon. Find me on X, Facebook, Kick, Twitch, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Appreciate the love and support. Peace.